As we saw for 8 long years, Barack I is a globalist. He worked hard to destroy America, America's borders, and American values, and also worked hard to help the Islamic State grow while pretending to be fighting them. Along with that is Obama's disdain for Christianity and the fact that America is a Christian nation despite what he spews forth on the subject. When the Islamic State was terrorizing the Yazidis, Obama turned a blind eye for as long as he could. He tolerated the Islamic State enslaving Christian women and using them as sex slaves. He did nothing, absolutely nothing, about Boko Haram kidnapping 300 girls from a Christian school in Central Africa. To this day, many remain missing. During his occupation of the White House, Barack I was also content to hand over billions of dollars to his buddies in the radical leftist United Nations and let them disperse those dollars as they see fit, which usually has some ridiculous global warming agenda attached to it. Obama's beloved UN doesn't have the best track record when it comes to distributing aid to persecuted Christians around the world, and they're continually wrong when it comes to the Arab-Israeli conflict. The UN is historically anti-Christian, anti-Israel, and worst of all, anti-American. Why in the world would we give hard-earned American taxpayer dollars to such an incompetent organization with its priorities so far out of tune with the American people providing those dollars? If you're Barack I, the answer's easy, because you hate America and the American people. But if you're President Donald Trump, you understand how stupid that is and you do something about it. And do something about it he is. Vice President Mike Pence made the announcement last week during his keynote address at the In Defense of Christians Summit.
Under the leadership of President Donald Trump, I can assure you, the United States of America will always stand with those who suffer for their faith, and we will always support them in their hour of need. In Iraq, the followers of Christ have fallen by 80% in the past decade and a half. And across the wider Middle East, we can now see a future in many areas without the Christian faith. But tonight, I came to tell you, help is on the way. The last administration devoted well over $1 billion in humanitarian aid to the Middle East, but routed the lion's share through programs run by the United Nations. Yet the United Nations has too often failed to help the most vulnerable communities, especially religious minorities. The result has been that countless people continue to suffer and struggle needlessly. While faith-based groups with proven track records and deep roots in these communities are more than willing to assist, the United Nations too often denies their funding requests. My friends, those days are over. Tonight, it is my privilege to announce that President Trump has ordered the State Department to stop funding ineffective relief efforts at the United Nations, and from this day forward, America will provide support directly to persecuted communities through USAID.
Folks, once again, President Donald Trump is exceeding expectations. The United Nations has proven that they cannot be trusted to assist persecuted and terrorized Christians in the Middle East and around the world. Those funds, and any other funds for that matter, that go to the UN is a complete waste of money. Barack I was content to see these funds go to waste on global warming and other stupid leftist causes. The United States has a long-standing history of protecting Christians, and giving these dollars to faith-based charitable organizations will ensure that timely relief gets where it needs to be. This is another move in the right direction for President Donald Trump, and another major win for America, the American people, and Christians around the world.
Thank you for listening. Don't forget to subscribe and donate at theraywarnershow.com.